Hello, all, and welcome to a new adventure. In a land marred by ancient devastation, with mystery and intrigue hidden underfoot and behind each corner, only the bravest of heroes dare to answer the coward's call. Ignored by seasoned warriors and veteran hunters, overlooked by paladins and bards of great renown, a humble request for aid from a town with no riches to its name and no fame to its residents brings together a band of strange individuals. A dwarf, exiled from his home, trying to build a new life, interrupted by unsettling happenings in the town he settled himself down in. A satyr from another world out to prove himself and help the lowly and destitute. A Goliath pirate searching for a great adventure, and an ASMR wizard on the hunt for lost knowledge and secrets of the world around him. These four figures stand in the doorway of the inn and tavern known as the Knight's Rest, having journeyed on foot to the remote town of Coward's Run. Dented pine floors and walls hung with faded banners and flags greet them, the warm glow of a low burning fireplace illuminating the homely interior of the closest thing the village has to a town hall. Only a few patrons sit at various booths drinking somberly, with eyes downcast. Behind the bar, cleaning a rough-hewn wooden tankard, is a human man with his back to the party. As our heroes enter the room, a small copper chime over the door rings out, and the presumed proprietor of the establishment turns to face them. He has a kind, wrinkled face with eyes that gleam with hope at the sight of you, and immediately he raises his arm in a welcoming wave, calling out across the small room to you. Thorin, you found him! Welcome, come, I'll have Tristram take over behind the bar for me. I've got a table set up for us in the back. Oh, yes, and the rest of you, hail and well met. I'm Old Coward, the one who asked you all to come. The man gestures to a door near the back of the room, and so we begin.
I do want to say I
Pleasure to
am a
meet you.
woman.
Oh no!
Oh,
I fucked up.
it's okay. I forgot that my character was a guy because my other
Oh.
character is non-binary, and I was like, that's not right. And then I was like, wait, no, it is.
I did a very cursory glance over everyone's character sheets, and it's been like a month since we played Session Zero. Anyway,
Yeah.
hello
Anyways,
all! I'm the Grand Author, and this is a new D&D campaign. With me, we have Eli as Gunny's Doorskip. We have Mike as Thorin Oakenshield, the most in...
It's just Thorin, remember?
Oh, just Thorin, the
Mhm.
most original character ever.
he left
And
his Oaken shield at home.
and we have Frankenstein as Dara Kulahane, as well as Jaden as Felocial Lyodon.
Okay, well, I'm gonna shake Coward's hand.
Yeah, he comes out from behind the bar. It has one of those like flippy trapdoor things that you pull up and you can come out. And
Yeah.
The
he
fold
extends his
bar.
hand and yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what it's called either. That's just what I call it sometimes.
Yeah. Anyway, and he like very vigorously and excitedly shakes your hand. He is
It's a pleasure
extremely
to
happy
be
to see
here.
you. Oh, it is so great to have new adventurers coming in. We don't get many of your type. What accent am I doing? Hold on.
You'll get there.
Accent crisis, I've seen it before.
That's why I'm not gonna
Sorry.
try to pull one.
Sorry, character voices are quite difficult to keep straight. Anyway,
Mm.
come, I have a table set up for us in the back.
Of course.
Oh, wonderful, delightful.
Is there dice?
I love tables.
Now, do you have a more proper name?
Oh no, just Old Coward. That's all they've ever called me. Well,
Insight check.
they used to call me Young Coward or Coward Jr. Sure, you can roll an insight check.
Coward Jr. His father's name is also Coward.
The 19.
Yeah, he is being completely honest, and actually,
Huh.
Thorin, who has lived here for a little bit, actually knows that yes, that is indeed this man's real name, and his name is Coward.
What race
Interesting.
is he?
He's human.
Huh. I expect that type of thing from tieflings.
Insight check.
He's definitely human. Anyway,
Yeah.
he leads you into this back room, which is very small. It's 10 feet by 10 feet at the very most. It's actually probably 10 feet by like 8 feet.
Mm.
And it seems to just be like a small side room for private gatherings and parties and things. Compared to the rest of the tavern, which had like dented floors and sun bleached banners and things, it's obviously much less used. The table is in slightly better condition, and everything has a very thin coat of dust over it. But there are shelves here lined with small knickknacks. He gestures you over to this, as I said, table that's in slightly better condition than the rest, with these chairs that are function over any sort of fashion, just sort of square chairs. And he brings out these pewter plates with just some bread and very humble food on them. And I was like,
Oh,
"Ah,
delightful.
you must be very tired from your journey and hungry. Uh, you are, of course, welcome to stay in. I have some rooms prepared for you while you are in town. Uh,
Thank you.
I,
Thank you, Indian.
I was wondering, how was your trip over? Did you have any trouble on your way into town?
I'd say the only trouble I had was these scallywags don't know how to play boat dice.
Well, there were the deer.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about the deer.
I think
Oh.
we should talk about the deer.
The
Uh,
deer are part of the problem. Well, not the deer directly, but
yes, I mean, a lot of animals have been acting strangely lately, coming out of the woods and getting near to the paths when they normally wouldn't. We're afraid there might be rabies of some sort going around or some other disease.
I think it's more than rabies.
Yeah, so I examined
It's-
some of their parts and definitely seemed less rabies-like.
Well, um,
Shall we get to
I
business then?
I suppose, yes. So, as I mentioned in my letter, I don't have much in the way of gold to offer, and I don't really have, I mean, much to my name. This town is
Yeah.
all that I've really got, and this tavern is all that I've really got, but I do know I can call in some favors with the blacksmith and the general store owner and get you some discounts on whatever supplies you might need while you're here and offer you free use of my inn. And in exchange, I have a few things I would very much like your help getting to the bottom of in this town. The deer you mentioned are probably part of it. I am
Mm.
not sure how they factor into all this, but something very troubling is happening in my town, and I'm afraid I'm not what I used to be. I mean, they don't call me Coward Jr. anymore. I'm getting up there in years.
Howard Senior.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wait, was
Well,
your father also named Coward?
yes, he was. Yes, he was the previous caretaker of this tavern before me, as well as
Ah.
What is the tavern called?
the Knight's Rest
Huh.
with a
Night's
K,
Rest.
like
Oh,
a.
that's fun.
It's been in the family for longer than I really know, honestly. Yes, he was a great adventurer as well. Well, didn't adventure very far, only really from here to Cloudsbreak, but was known to help out those in need and fend off monsters that would come towards the village. And I I've been doing my best to do the same, keep the law around these parts, to be something of a sheriff, I suppose. And I know my way around a sword quite well. I could definitely help you in a fight, but, well, I'm no good with magic, and I don't really understand the ways of the gods or demons or any of that. You'd have to talk to Father Paul about any of those things, but
Hmm.
I do know. I do
I thought
know.
your father was also a coward.
No, no.
No, the
What?
local priest who runs the temple of Harmony over by the cliff's edge.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he's Father Paul, as in like that's what you call a priest of his order, his
Mhm.
father. I can see how you got confused. Although he
Ah,
is also a father, his son actually is one of that brings me to
Why don't you start over?
right, yes. Uh, I'm getting quite confused. Sorry, my age.
Start from the
Um,
beginning.
how do I spell
it's
suspicion?
hard to put. I don't really know which came first. It it's been going on for a couple of months now, although it started very gradually. But well, there were sightings of movement near the cemetery, which I didn't think much of. Father Paul and his son were the ones who were supposed to. Well, they tasked themselves with keeping track of and keeping watch over the cemetery, and no one had gotten hurt or really seen anything substantial, just movement at night. So we figured it was just animals, maybe, who found a shallow grave. It's a shame and certainly unfortunate, but that does happen sometimes. But
There been like a lot of exhumed graves, or just like the normal amount?
not many. I mean, the thing about Coward's Run is our cemetery is our biggest attraction for tourists, as morbid as that is. It's a very old cemetery, a couple centuries old, actually. Some of the urns in the mausoleum supposedly date back to before the Great Wall was built. I don't know anything about that, but there are some families whose entire lineage has been buried in that cemetery for generations and generations. And so they come here to pay their respects or, well, to bury those who have come to their ends.
Hmm, that does make sense.
Jory, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What is the Great Wall? That sounds like something we'd know about.
It's a wall.
And it's great.
Do we know why it was built?
Where is
wondered
it?
that.
Is more of what I'm wondering. Can I roll
It's
a history check?
okay.
Uh,
Yeah, roll a history check.
Back
You
there.
know that it is a giant wall. Not particularly tall, actually. Some sections of it are only a couple feet off the ground. But it stretches around like a huge tract of land. Generally, it is sort of to the west of Cloudbreak and south of Coward's Run, sort of north of the swamp. No one really knows exactly what it was built for.
so is it in the desert?
Yes, it's mostly in and around the desert. It's a very, very big wall made from lots of different types of rock and lots of different forms of construction. Different sections of it are different ages, but almost all of it is around like 200 years old-ish.
Okay.
And it's just sort of a big wall that's been there for an extremely long time.
Interesting.
I was explaining why. Well, sometimes people don't want to hire or can't hire the undertakers to dig a proper grave, and, well, it's a shame, really, but they don't know how to dig it properly themselves, and they end up not digging deep enough, and, well, yes.
That's why they should do a good old-fashioned sailor's grave.
Is that
So,
just where you throw them in the sea?
Oh, it's either if we have a raft available, we'll send them out on the raft and light it ablaze, but usually, yes, we give back to the sea.
Okay.
Well, anyway, some families around here have different traditions than that, but that also sounds pleasant. Anyway, so yes, we figured it was just more of the same for that, especially as it was coming to the cold season, and, well, the scavenging animals tend to get, a bit hungry around then. But recently, as spring came along, it got weirder. The crops that were supposed to come in and the spring flowers just weren't growing. A couple of sprouts popped up, but then they withered very quickly, and the farmland, even though it had just rained, was bone dry. Then the animals started being strange, and that was around the time that, well, Thorin, you remember, right? That was when Father Paul said that his son simply vanished while tending the cemetery. Now people say they've spotted zombies and ghouls out there, and I don't know for certain. I haven't seen them myself, and they certainly don't seem to come out in the daytime. It could have just been their imagination, but, well, it shouldn't be possible for there to be undead with a priest sanctifying the grounds, unless they came from somewhere else. But that's what people say they saw, and then more children started going missing, and the farms, well, specifically the farm to the south of town, got particularly devastated, I suppose is the word. The farm animals began acting erratically, and, well, the livestock escaped, and we don't know how they've managed to break down that fence, but now they won't let anyone near them, and the crops that were growing have all shriveled up into dust. Thorin's own child has been, reported missing too. I am very sorry for that, but
Yeah,
I
it's
haven't
awful.
been able to keep as close an eye on the goings on around here as I used to. People used to tell me everything, but, well, now they just see me as the old man with a rusty sword who sits in his tavern and gives them ale to forget about their troubles, not as the hero that can drive off monsters. I
Mm.
assure you, I'm still plenty capable in a fight. I
All
suppose
right.
people
We
don't
believe
see
you.
it
Hey,
that
that's
way.
alright, man.
Still, I have reason to believe, even if there aren't undead, it might be some sort of illusion or something strange. And the weirdness with the crops and the rain has me thinking some kind of magic must be involved, but I don't know how to deal with that sort of thing, so
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I've heard about anything like this before?
yeah, sure.
Okay.
Just between what you saw with the deer, the emaciated deer you saw on the way into town, emaciated is an
Yeah.
understatement. Um,
Mm.
and the way that he's describing the farmland, it's like a much some of the symptoms sound vaguely similar to the necromantic spell Ray of Withering. Is that what it's called?
Ray of I know it. I know what you're talking about.
Weakness? Ray of Sickness?
And there's Ray of Sickness, but there's also Ray of Enervation.
Yes, that's it. The Ray of Enervation. Um, but
Oh,
obviously, like, that only affects a single person and has very acute effects. This is something else, but it sounds vaguely necromantic.
we can certainly look into this.
I have a few places you might want to get started. Um, as I said, there is a general store and there is a blacksmith in town. The Bear's Arms has some weapons and such, and well, the general store has some general supplies. Nothing fancy, but some basics. But well, the other reason you might want to head over to the Bear's Arms is its owner, the blacksmith. They're having an issue. One of their, well, the place where they were getting their ore from, a cave in town, has been infested with monsters. Well, I think they're monsters. I guess they might just be really big spiders. So there's really three places we can start. We could talk to Father Paul, who over at the Temple of Harmony. He wants us to look into, well, the disappearance of his son and the goings on in the cemetery. Um, or we could head to the farm that was affected particularly badly, where livestock escaped and seemed to have gone a little mad. Uh,
Mm.
or we can head to the blacksmiths and try to figure out what's happening with the cave where they get their ore and if they are in need of any assistance.
I think we should help the blacksmiths. It's good to be in good favor with the hard-working group of people.
That's fair. I mean, I personally don't have a problem with spiders.
I was thinking the cemetery might be a good idea, but we could do that first, indeed.
So you head over to the Bear's Arms, the blacksmith shop.
Maybe we
Yes.
haven't heard from our trustworthy dwarf here, but I suppose we are.
Sure, if that's what you guys want to do first.
You walk there. You go outside,
that's fine.
and the blacksmith is like 2 buildings away. It's the Bear's Arms. It has a sign out front with a shield surrounded by several other weapons, forming the vague outline of like a bear paw, like the animal. And as you head inside, there are several like the walls are lined with just sort of daggers and short swords and long swords and very basic, simple weapons, mallets, maces, cudgels, and you hear a clang of a hammer striking metal from the back as a hunched-over dwarven figure works on looks like a helmet. Their face is covered with this big like welding mask for sparks and stuff, and they've got a big heavy apron on, and dark red hair flows down their back in long curls, with a couple of streaks of like light gray.
Hail and well met.
The dwarven figure stands up and looks over at your group and lifts up the face mask, and you see the dwarven blacksmith Rosemarie, and she waves back to you.
Could you spell that?
Yes, I can. Hold on.
Rosemary. Is that like rosemary?
Okay. Is it all one word?
Oh, that's
All one word.
Okay.
And she puts down the helmet that she's working on in like a bucket of water and slowly like takes off all of her blacksmithing gear as you peer around her storefront before eventually taking off her heavy, like thick welding gloves. Well, not welding gloves, but you know what I mean. Blacksmithering
Yeah.
gloves. And coming over to meet you, she puts her hands on her hips and she sort of sizes the three of you that she hasn't seen before. She sizes you up and she says, "Hello, well met."
Ooh, okay.
Ahoy!
Shake her hand. Dara Kule, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Awesome. We heard about your spider problem.
Oh yeah, the creepy crawlies. Hate those things.
They're not too bad.
Yeah, they just give me the creeps. Also, they're like big as dinner plates. Crazy.
Gross.
Hey, Thorin.
Hey, Rose. Just wait, would
Ah,
she be
yes.
okay with that? I should ask first because I'd know that from working with her.
She prefers to be referred to by her full name.
Okay. Hey, Rosemary, how's it going?
It's going. I mean, I don't have the ore that I've been working with, but we dwarves, we make do.
Well,
Hopefully
she
we can
sorta-
take care of this
She
problem.
sort of elbows you in the side. Oh,
Hey.
Cowie, you're here. Hey, I've been working on some chainmail that I think might look good on you. An old coward is like sort of shuffling back behind Gunny because he's the tallest one, and it's just like, oh no, I'm good. Thank you for your consideration. I've still got my leather armor. It's quite nice. I just and he's sort of fiddling with the hilt of his sword. I'm going to head over to the entrance to the cave because I know where. Why don't the four of you discuss further with Miss Rosemary, and I'll meet up with you. And he heads out the door very quickly.
Oh, I was gonna say, I give
are
a
you two an
s-
item?
I
What?
give a sturdy
we?
pat on the back as he scuttles out of the door.
Nothing,
Mm.
nothing.
Only the size of dinner plates. I assumed we'd be fighting beasts, monsters. I used to
Well,
battle serpents in my day,
Hold
You
on.
don't,
Can you show us a dinner plate?
but
She brings
Yeah.
out a dinner plate that's made of metal and also looks to be a shield that she took the handle off of. And
See, this is
it
why we
is
ask
like
these things.
3 feet across.
oh no, that's a dinner plate.
Yes, mine is about this big. They
Is
got
this
big old fangs, and she like pantomimes with her fingers, like fangs jutting out of the top of her jaw. I can't stand the things. They got all the legs and the webs.
There's just more
Uh,
legs to tear.
I'm gonna lean over to Velozio and just say, are your dinner plates usually that big?
I shake my head now. No, they aren't.
Oh, okay.
I'm not very good at making things other than weapons and armor, but I'm real good at what I do.
I
I
disagree.
mean no
That is
judgment.
a
I'm just
perfect
curious.
dinner plate.
I don't know if old Cowie mentioned, but I do also want to offer y'all a little extra incentive, a little sweetening of the deal, if you know what I mean.
Mm,
How's that?
Well, I
The
know
only
he's
extra incentive I need is the smiles of the people I've saved.
Now hold
Oh,
on.
well,
I can
that's
use a
very
little
nice.
extra.
So I know Cowie's not got very deep pockets and sorry, not got very deep pockets, and I know that it's kind of hard to make ends meet these days, but I have got this. I mean, not to pat my own back, but it is sort of my masterpiece.
Holy shit.
She leads you over near her forge to a set of plate armor. Wait, plate armor? Hold on. Let me check the thing. Forgot to write it down. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, and does she happen to be from Cloudbreak? Thorin, I'm talking to you.
Scale mail.
No.
It's
She certainly talks like she's from there.
out of character. It's +1 scale mail. It's a really good set of armor.
Ooh, ooh.
I stumble back a bit and say, "Oh, vast! Oh, I haven't seen
Yeah.
armor that nice since.
I don't
Oh,
know, it might be a little small for you, big guy.
I know, but it's
Oh, I can
still a
adjust it.
magnificent piece
Oh.
of work.
Yeah.
I value good craftsmanship. I
Yeah.
had to do a little bit of handiwork on the boat, nothing big, but you know, I've never
I've only-
come close to seeing anything this. Oh,
I know.
beautiful.
I made it one night when I was really drunk. I haven't been able to make anything nearly this good since, but this one set, oh,
Oh,
my finest work.
It's a
But yeah,
very
as I said, I haven't been able to make
Hey.
anything else like it, and I haven't wanted to sell it, but I know what y'all are doing is out of the goodness of your hearts, and I want to give you something to really show that I appreciate it, and I appreciate you coming all the way out here to do this for our little town.
Oh, it's very kind of you.
Also, I don't really have anyone to sell it to, and it would be such a shame if it literally just sat on my wall forever. So
Yeah.
Fair enough.
someone should
You
use
should
it.
I,
you should get someone to like paint a picture of it for a keepsake.
Right?
I kneeled
Commission
down.
a painter
So
around here.
I kneeled down so I'm not putting my head at a full 90-degree angle to look at her, and I say, "We will earn that armor. Make
Sounds.
sure to give it a good home and good use.
Oh,
For
I'm counting on it.
craftsmanship like that needs to be tested."
If you want any of my other, normal goods, she gestures around. They're pretty standard prices, and I don't know if you just need any equipment before you head into. It's a pretty small cave, which is why it's weird that there's so many of them.
About how
There was-
many would you say?
This is like, I have okay. Honesty time. I'm very scared of spiders, so I saw a couple of them and I left. But then I sent in. Cowie sent in some of his adventure and friends to try and do it, and they were just going in to poke around because they thought it would just be a couple of big spiders. But apparently one of them got bit, and it was not great. And they said there were quite a few, at least 20.
Hmm.
So
Jesus.
a lot of spiders, a lot of spiders. Probably not all as big as the dinner plates, but a lot of them.
Then what are
Right.
we doing? I'm too excited to go smash them.
Belinus
Right.
Almighty, that's a lot of spiders.
Indeed. Well,
So
Belinus.
I will just add, all this started just a month or so ago when there was this very slight tremor, just a little earthquake, just a little shickety shake. And I don't really know. I mean, I didn't see anything collapse or break or anything. I mean, all the sections of the cave that we were mining in were completely untouched, so I didn't suspect much. But then the next day, just spiders, so many spiders and webs everywhere. Ugh, stuck in my hair.
Mm. Have you considered fire?
I have. Uh, Unfortunately, oil is expensive, and in order to get close enough to light it, I would have to see the spiders.
hmm.
That's a fair point. We'll take care of the spider problem, don't worry.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, and I mean, obviously some mining equipment is still gonna be in there, but other than that, if you find anything down there, it's yours, I guess. It's a pretty small cave, as I said, but I think Kawi mentioned his adventuring friend. They're some retired guy who just went through town. I think he said they dropped something while they were running away and they got bit.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Well-
I hope they're not venomous spiders. Are spiders usually venomous
I'm
here?
pretty sure all
They are
spiders.
usually,
Pretty
yeah.
sure all spiders are venomous. It's just whether they can.
It's just how
bother biting
intense
you.
the venom is.
That too.
Whether you'll just be paralyzed so they can start digesting you in a like cocoon, or if they'll poison you to death right then and there. I hate spiders.
Oh, that's
Well,
way worse than what I was thinking.
me personally, spiders are beneath me. I'll go smash them.
Well,
Speaking of, what are we still doing here? We have spiders to kill. I'm too
Indeed.
excited.
Let's go kill the spiders.
I could barely stay in
Alright.
my boots here.
Well, I'll see you later, and tell Cowie I said hi. I mean, he knows, but yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's definitely an item. All right, let us go.
Yeah, you head over to. It's very nearby. It's just this opening propped up by thick wooden logs near. Hold on, let me just get the map up and make sure that I have it set right. I don't. Fog of War. Come on. So it's just a hole with a rope leading down into darkness, dirt sort of crumbling in around the edges. I don't know how to describe it very well, like plant roots growing in. It looks like someone like dug a pit into the ground more than a naturally formed cave. And Old Coward is sort of just milling about near it. He has gotten a very basic set of like leather armor on. It looks pretty old. It's got some burn marks and some like slashes in it. And he's got just a standard short sword buckled on his belt, sheathed on his belt, I mean.
Ooh.
And he waves you over.
Hey.
So this is the
Awesome.
cave. It's just down here. Yes, I was considering sealing it off, but strangely enough, the spiders have not seemed to have any interest in leaving the cave. We've not had any escaping or anything, which is very odd now that I think about it.
Well,
They're probably building numbers. That's usually how it goes. The nest gets too crowded and then they outsource.
Maybe.
Well,
Hey,
Just
why
like
didn't you take
shrimp.
that armor?
oh, I can only really. I'm not very good with medium armor. I can only really wear light armor. My leather is good enough for me. Old Coward stands at the entrance to the cave, waiting for you to sort of gather your wits and be ready. It is just sort of a hole with a rope leading down to a dark area that is lit only by the sunlight beaming down.
I
Let's
pull
go right
out
in
my
there.
quarterstaff and cast light on it.
All right,
That's a good idea.
y'all head right in there. It is a
Yeah,
very
go right in
small,
there.
sort of tight cave. Hold on.
So you're
Uh,
saying I'm
But
basically
you can
crawling?
see about that far. Yes, you in particular are having some issue. Although it does seem to widen out a bit further along.
My character has dark vision, right?
No, you don't.
Who's
Oh,
Alright,
yeah.
so the Goliath is charging ahead, Gunny is charging ahead, and Old Coward is leading up behind. Okay,
sure?
so as you proceed down
I'm
into
pretty
the
sure that
cavern,
only me and Mike have dark vision.
the starting area around the rope is mostly tightly packed dirt, but it quickly gives way to actual like stone and like mined out caves. Like clearly, most of it was already here, but the walls are covered in like pocked pickaxe marks that show age. The grid is wrong. Hold on. There we go. Okay. It widens out into this obviously like mined out area of the cave, which has
that's
so there are these like sleds sort of the ground is mostly gravel, and there are these sort of sleds. They're just sort of lashed together wood that is clearly like dragged back and forth with like heaps of ore on them. Instead of minecarts, this is a very small operation that can't really, it's not worth it to build rails, etc. And it's heading very steeply down as it continues.
Hmm.
So the first drop with the rope was about like 50 feet or so, and then as it continues, it is very steep. Every about 10 feet that you continue forward, you're going at least another foot or two down.
Okay.
Okay. Don't think that would be a problem for me.
You're a goat. You'll be fine.
That's true. I'm go down in there, I guess.
You're
Although
craving
you
that
can't
mineral.
see.
Uh,
Suppose I'll go down as well.
I can make produce flame if I need to. It'll give me some light.
You come to a branch in the cave, although one end is obviously a dead end. There is
Perfect.
a large like cobweb covering most of it, with actually an entire pickaxe just hanging in it.
Can I burn the cobweb to death?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very dry and dusty, and it catches immediately, and most of it's gone pretty quick.
Run to nothing.
Fire, it always works.
I forget. Did I do nature? No, that's an intelligence thing. Damn.
Is there anything special about the pickaxe, or is it just a pickaxe?
The ends of it are pretty blunted.
Quick question: how tall is this cave?
You are entering the area where it actually widens out and goes from being about 7 feet tall, so you can
Oh,
stand up, but like you're near scraping, to 15 or so. So you have a quite a good area. And actually, since you are looking up as you enter this next section of the tunnel, you notice quite thick webbing along the ceiling.
cool.
Nothing a little fire can't fix.
You
I don't-
cast this,
I don't want to do this. Okay, sorry.
so you throw this little like fist-sized ball of flame up towards the ceiling, uh, and something interesting happens in that it sort of fizzles as it hits this bundle of webbing, and the webbing like definitely burns a bit. It singes, it blackens, um, but it's wet.
Mm.
Hmm.
And as this like heat sort of warps the fibers of it and causes some of them to break and sort of shutters the web, uh, there's some movement up there. Roll for
Oh,
initiative.
4 of them.
Yay.
Click you. Click that.
Oh shit. I did it wrong. Can I redo it?
Can you?
I mean, you can manually put initiative in.
Yeah, I forgot to click on my token.
Oh, there's like one right there too. Oh my.
Oh, it just fell right on me, didn't it?
Yep, just fell right on you.
So I have that to look forward to.
Spiders are fast,
Spiders are
they-
fast.
and the one that was directly above Gunny and Dara,
It's like
How do you-
Dara,
Dara,
I think.
will jump for the one that set the thing on fire, which is Dara. How do I
Yay.
disentangle these tokens? We'll figure that out later.
I'm being eaten.
So
Girl, help.
that's a 21. Interesting. You take 3 damage, 1 piercing and 2 poison, and also make me a Constitution saving throw.
All
Oh,
right.
wait, you only take 1 damage to start with, and then make the Constitution save.
All right.
All right, you fail, so you do take the poison. So you take the poison damage. So
Alright.
3 damage total.
Wow.
Okay.
And there's more to that came from.
Yes.
Do I have any? Do
So
I have any
these
reactions? I don't think so.
you can scream. So these 3 spiders are going to drop
do
down from
indeed.
the ceiling. And they are going to wave their legs and mandibles as they prepare to attack Gunny. And this one is going to crawl along the ceiling and away.
Hmm.
Oh, okay, ignore that last one.
Well, there's 3 spiders.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
well.
but I was gonna only have 2 attack. Well, whatever, it's a 6. It doesn't hit. But I believe those
Oh,
first
thank
2
goodness
do hit.
I get to ignore the last one.
Roll me a couple of con saves. Okay, you take 2 damage.
I started slashing.
That is a hit. It's dead. It sort of splatters in like a shower of green goop. It's only
And,
about the size of a fist. I
Um,
believe that's your turn.
yep.
All right, Thorin.
Am I able to squeeze through?
I will allow it.
I'm gonna say that Dara has a spider on his face and is kind of
I
flipping
mean-
out.
I'm not. I don't have any issue with it.
I mean, like, squeeze past, Philosophy.
Philosophy, me.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you'd be able to get past Felocial fine, but I don't think
Okay.
you're gonna be able to
Yeah,
get
not
past Dara.
past. Yeah, not past them. I know that much.
Get it off, get it off, get it off, get it off.
It's dinner time, and I swing at it to
Oh,
try to swing it
God.
off their face.
Oh, you're gonna hit me right in the face. Alright.
Nice. Yeah, it crashes into the wall and just crumples. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't really get into the fight from here. I hope you're okay up there.
Doing great.
Darach's turn.
Don't worry. These spiders are nothing.
Let's see.
I don't
Uh,
see Drach in the turn order.
Me neither.
Oh, well, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm just between those two. Got it.
Oh, I see. Because it was. It's funny.
Club. Nice. On that guy.
Squish. Felocial.
Yes. Gesticulate in the air as ice cold mist forms as I blast a ray of frost at the remaining creepy crawly.
Doing what to the air?
Gesticulating. It is a 12 to hit. 3.
Yeah, well, that turns it into a spidesicle. Arachnisicle? It's dead.
I don't like the sound of arachnical.
Arachnical.
Money. It's your turn.
Well, I guess can I do an investigation check to see if that was all of them?
Yeah.
We saw one run away for sure.
That's true. I'd imagine there's
Well,
more on the
actually,
ceiling.
wait. Gunny may
I don't
not,
see shit.
Gunny may not have seen the one that ran away.
True.
Yeah. And then
That's true. There's a
I-
lack of dark vision there.
I definitely would have. I had a one on my face, so wouldn't have.
I guess I'll just continue down the cave, cause why not?
Just skipping along, ready to slash stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
my job's done here. Moving on.
I don't see any more. I'm off.
I want to keep an eye open for anything interesting as we go.
The cave continues to descend fairly steeply. There's no real lighting down
Are we
this
out of
way.
initiative?
Nope.
Hmm.
There's more spiders.
There's no real lighting this way, but you can see that the tunnel descends very steeply and begins to curve around.
I
have, like, a
guess
torch?
I will pocket my shield and whip out a torch.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Well, I still have 2 more movement. There. That's my turn.
Cool. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, you've fallen in the pit.
You manage to retain your balance, but some of the rocks, like the loose gravel, has been sort of bound up in webs that snap as you step on this, and it causes the gravel to slide down this hill. And then
You just
you're
hear
like,
my voice in the distance. Wee.
well, you manage to retain your balance and not fall down, but a bunch
Great.
of gravel skitters down this sort of much steeper hill down towards the edge of the, like where the tunnel starts to curve, like around here. Thorin,
Gonna keep an eye open for some stuff that may have been dropped and follow. Perception check to keep an eye open. For stuff.
I guess if you want to use your turn to do that, yes. So are you looking like around on the floor?
Looking up at the webs because they could have like got someone and put them up in their webs.
Okay.
But obviously
Uh,
can't see in the webs.
Make me
that
a
one.
roll. Okay. There is definitely a like section of the webbing near this back area. It's over here actually. I'll mark it on the map. Where the webbing is like weighed down by something. That's terrible. Hold on.
Just make an X. Oh, that, yes.
Something small but fairly heavy is like weighing down a section of the webbing. It is still like 15 feet above you, but you
Yeah.
can see it.
And it seems to be not like a. Does it seem to be possibly like a body would be in there, or just like?
It's like about the size of a boot.
I'll point out to Dara that there's something. There's something up there. Might want to burn it down, see what it is.
Old Coward is just sort of hobbling to keep up with you. And it's Dara's turn.
It's not child shaped, is it?
No, it's like the
Alright.
size of a boot. Like oblong.
Are the webs still wet?
Yeah, they're still like shiny.
You can still burn them. It just takes a bit more, from what it sounded before.
Let me think. I guess I'll cast a longer produce flame at it.
The way that I'm gonna interpret that is you're gonna spend this turn and the next using Produce Flame to try and burn it. Is that... Because we're
Yeah,
still
that
in
would make
initiative.
sense. Unless something happens to interrupt me, that would make sense. So I'll use
Okay.
this turn.
So then you begin working on heating up the webbing, and I'm just going to pass over to Felociel's turn. Okay. And we're back to Gunny. So there is a fairly steep drop before you. It's roughly a 40-degree hill. And there are like what look like steps, but now that you have succeeded on that dexterity save, you know that it's bunches of webbing that is like holding clumps of gravel together. It's not super stable.
Well, seeing this is the only way to get further in the cave, you know what? I set my shield on the ground and I ride it like a sled.
Okay. Gunny is going sled surfing down the hill of gravel. Here's how we'll do this. You make it down fairly okay. Obviously, you are like breaking all of the clumps of webbing on your way. So the gravel, you're like sliding down all of the gravel and leaving just a like just
A
a
path.
sheer, just a sheer hill behind you.
Mhm.
But also because of this, you pick up a fair amount of speed. Around here, you bump into the wall and start to curve around. So here's my question. Are you just like kneeling on your shield, or are you
Sitting.
holding on to it?
I'm sitting. Feet out
Okay.
front, catch whatever I hit. Basically,
So,
kind of a deal.
all right, and you've got your weapon in one hand and your torch in the other?
Yep.
Make a dexterity save with disadvantage to stay on your shield.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, no,
taken me 2 turns.
you biff your shit. Your shield goes skittering a little bit further down the tunnel, and you wind up flopping over, sort of spilled out of it. So the good news is that Felociel is now within range, that the light on her staff is enough to make it so you can still see. The bad news is your torch does get plunged into the gravel and go out.
Mm.
And the worst news.
Oh,
Oh,
Spider swarms.
spiders.
Swarms and swarms of spiders descend from the ceiling as if they were waiting for someone to biff their shit.
Ah,
They immediately engulf you.
fantastic.
Question.
Uh-huh. Oh, also you're
No.
prone. I don't know if I mentioned.
I figured as much.
Yeah. So what's your
Nope.
question?
Oh, no, I was just looking at stuff.
Okay. They bite you.
Get bit.
Okay.
So those both hit. And you take
Ooh,
17
dead.
damage.
Jeez.
Oh.
Holy
And
shit.
immediately, the swarms retreat into the shadows with your body.
Okay.
Oh, Christ.
oh dear.
Is he? You're dead or unconscious?
No.
It's just unconscious.
Okay.
So, Thorin's turn.
Now that's a lot of damage.
Hmm.
5, 10, 15. 20.
Make a dexterity save.
My
There's
path
still
didn't clear
gravel.
It's a
Walkway?
hill.
It's a hill.
No, it's a hill of loose gravel, and now that the webbing stairs aren't there, it's just a sheer hill.
Where should I stop for the save initially?
Right there's good.
Right there. Okay. Get this
I
out
mean,
of
if
the
you
way.
fall, you'll still end up in that spot, I guess.
and then another group of spiders jump down and drag you
Yeah.
off.
Damn! Well,
Oof.
I mean, you don't take any damage, but you are prone.
And then another
And
group of
you,
spiders come down.
And your turn is over.
Hmm.
I'll get Searing Smite up while I'm laying
Shit,
guess-
down.
shit.
The spiders
Uh,
are a bit busy, so.
Old Coward actually sits down and just like slides on his ass down next to you, which does mean that he is also like prone for a second, but he manages to hop up at the end of his turn. Yara, are you going to continue burning the webbing, or are you going to do something about all that just happened? Well, okay, here's the thing. You didn't see it necessarily. It's a question of Felociel.
I
What
would
did
have.
you
Yes.
say?
We have a situation.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And the fact that I
spiders.
kind of just went running off, just started booking it.
By the way, I will reveal. Why am I having trouble revealing? That's fog. I want to reveal, not fog. There we go. I will reveal that much, and you do catch a glimpse of the spider swarms at sort of what
Quick-
looks to be the edge of this little
I will
tunnel.
say, how easily are these two spiders dragging an 8-foot Goliath?
It's a
Well,
swarm.
it's 40 spiders.
Oh, it's more than. Oh,
Yeah, they're
Well,
swarms.
that one. This one's well. These two
Still.
are swarms.
still.
It's a lot of spiders, and they
Lot
are
of-
dragging you.
It's enough to fill up a medium space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I weigh 320
Times 2.
pounds.
Spiders are strong proportionally. That's the whole premise of Spider-Man. Are you going after?
I didn't say anything.
Are you going
What the
after the
hell?
pirate, or are you continuing with messing with the webbing?
Yeah, I'll go help.
I'm also just
And-
going to slide down on my butt.
Okay, yeah.
And then
Uh,
because I'm going prone, then I'll use the half of my movement to go not be prone.
Yep.
And then I will walk the remaining 10 feet, I guess, over. And I'm going to, I can see like the tail ends of the spiders. Motion with my hands once again and send out a ray of frost at them.
Cool.
This one. And their
Alright.
movement speed is reduced by 10.
Yeah,
You really messed up the initiative a bit here.
I really did. Hold on.
Mainly because I believe you're using Duraz's initiative from the prior combat.
Yeah, I have fucked up a lot of stuff here. Anyway, it's Gunny's turn. Make me a death save.
Ha!
Oh,
Well, you're up. 1 HP.
good news. Good news, you're awake. Bad news, you dropped your weapon, you dropped your torch, you don't have your shield, and you are being carried by many spiders.
What?
I have more than one weapon.
Oh,
Oh,
But does that use up
Fixed.
my action?
I don't think it does. I'm pretty sure you have your turn now.
Okay. I grab my great club and just smack him.
All right. Nope.
Rip.
No, you don't.
Is lay on hands bonus or action?
No, it's
That's main action.
Oh, rip. Probably should have done that. Whatever.
eh.
Hey.
The spider swarm that is not bound, or that is not shot by the cold, is going to drag Gunny into the dark, and the one that was shot is going to move up a little bit. It does not engulf you, but it is going to attack you. Oh, wait, it has to be. Okay, never mind. It does have to engulf you. Does it have enough movement for that? 5, 10, 15. Shit. Never mind. Doesn't do anything. Thorin's turn.
Okay.
I
Thank God.
sit here because I can't do anything.
Old Coward's turn is in a similar situation. He can't do a lot. So, Dara.
Right. Well, not a great situation to be in.
This is a lot more dangerous than I expected it to be.
You could say that again. I'm like trying to find. I'm like, do I have any spells that attack multiple enemies? But technically, it's one enemy.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's how it works.
So,
Because it's a swarm.
I'll magic club
Shillelagh.
shillelagh.
Yeah, that definitely hits. You manage to, like, as you bring down your club, and it, like, causes this shockwave of magic energy that blasts a bunch in a, like, wide area around where you hit. Although, there are still several spiders scuttling around.
I did my best.
There are significantly less, so I'm just gonna pass to Felociel's turn.
Wait,
Radical. Would it be an action to throw my staff?
Yes.
Okay.
Why would you throw?
Because it's got light cast on it.
Oh,
And I don't use it necessarily as a weapon, but, well, I suppose in that case, I invoke the brand of Jim Dark Magic of New Hampshire Dark Magics, and twisting together magic, I'm going to first try and force the royalty component on someone else.
Explain what those words mean.
The royalty component, basically I would have to pay money to use the spell. However, I can do a DC 15 Arcana check to force it on a creature randomly within 10 feet of me, and the payment is taken from that random creature without that creature's knowledge.
so you're an asshole.
I'm a pragmatist.
Who are you casting it on?
I'm sending these magical missiles, all 3 of them, at the spider. So that's someone
Okay.
else's is 1 gold.
Well, your coin purse doesn't get any lighter. Anyway,
Cool. Well, anyway, I'm gonna blast these
roll the
3.
damage for the magic missiles. Yeah.
Well, this isn't your daddy's magic missile. I have to roll a hit for these.
Oh, it's that one.
Yeah, Jim's. I'm just hoping for. Okay, good enough. How many hit?
The first 2.
Okay.
Which is enough.
Haha!
Yes, you have obliterated this particular swarm.
Exodia, obliterate!
Gunny, you can't really see, but you
I-
can definitely feel that you have been lifted
I didn't
into...
say I was done.
Oh, I'm sorry?
Because now that I've blasted that, I can move.
Oh, true.
And my staff has light on it, so we can see. I'm done.
Well, the spider swarm is lifting Gunny into a sitting position, and Gunny, make a strength check as they are attempting to bind you in webs.
Yeah. We'll do this.
Hi,
Oops,
Gunny.
I accidentally forgot to take off the Blessing of the Forge thing, so ignore that 1. Just the 5.
All right. Gunny, you are on 6 hit points.
Epic.
And now, Coward rushes in, pulls out his sword, and swings it. Also, I realize I was wrong when I said he had a simple short sword. He has a great sword.
Oh. All right.
He swings and hits. And he manages to take out like a handful of the spiders on this thing.
Hold on, are these the ones the size of dinner plates?
No.
Okay.
Each of them, like their bodies is about the size of like a child's fist. If you
Okay.
include the leg, they're about the size of like a real dinner plate, but not as big as the ones that
Hold on.
Rosemary was describing.
Were the ones we fought earlier that size?
Nope. They've all
Oh.
been the same size so far.
Okay, just wanted to clarify that.
Don't worry, we'll get you out. And then it's daughter's turn. By the way, this is water.
Oh, I thought it was a ledge.
That's
No,
water.
it's
Okay.
water.
Okay, thank you.
I didn't spend a lot of time on this map, I'll be honest.
It's water.
I was gonna write
same
water.
idea.
Wah.
Wow.
The Great
Well,
One!
I'm gonna leave it.
Nope, I'm not gonna
Wah!
finish that. Not gonna finish that one. No, not that Wah.
I'm just gonna.
The kind you
Club
need
it.
to burn with fire.
That's a hit.
Awesome.
And that's a good amount of damage. The spiders are mostly gone, actually.
Oh, that's good.
Hello, Sil.
Well, I do that same familiar incantation through the air and send out the ray of frost.
Hell yeah.
That miss.
Indeed.
I will move a bit further into the room, I suppose. Go over here.
All right.
Luigi!
Oh my god.
Gunny, repeat the strength check.
I didn't see all that.
Bruh.
That is Orng.
Strength man struggling from his fallen down.
That actually is
experience.
good enough. That does it. Cause
Oh, wow.
You've because you rolled higher than the amount of spiders left. I'm gonna give it to you.
Oh.
Ooh.
That is the end of your turn, but you are no longer restrained, and the spiders are like forced off of you. They go over here. And they're going to bite the goat. Oh, they miss.
Same to hit, just different damage.
Yeah. Thorin.
I take a step up. I wind up the hammer, and I swing. Damn it!
And you miss. It's strange now that their number is thinning out. It's a bit harder to hit them. But old Coward's spins around and swings this big old greatsword and brings it down and just very cleanly cuts all of the remaining spiders completely in half.
Good for him.
Ah, there we go. All right, are
Right.
you okay?
These spiders seem to have a strong grip, just like an octopus.
We are out of turn order now, by the way.
I
Oh, thank
go and get
goodness.
my shit.
Okay. Yeah. I should have picked that up when we were heading out, I guess.
I'd like to make a perception check into the water.
Into the
Okay.
Waluigi.
Yes.
And,
Is he there?
It's a cold
15.
and it's a broken Waluigi. So the water is fairly shallow, but what is more interesting than the water, actually, and it's also very murky, so you can't really see. But what's more interesting than the water is the fact that there is a passage that clearly
Oh.
continues further beyond this wall, although there is only about like a foot of clearance between the murky water and this passage that continues further.
Interesting.
Hmm.
And you are not sure how deep the water is. It is shallow, like in the area. Hold on. Okay. It's like shallow over here, but you can't tell how deep it is closer to the passage.
Okay then.
I pick up a rock off the ground, and I just chuck it into the deepest part.
Bloosh, what did you think that would accomplish?
It's fun.
Okay.
That's fair.
It's fun.
I'm not gonna be the first one going in there.
It's about
Um,
5
Who
feet
says
across.
we're going in?
That's fair. That's
It's
fair.
closer to like 7 or 8. So that is a tunnel
Never
through
mind.
the wall.
Okay,
Oh, is it an
never mind.
underwater tunnel?
It is almost an underwater tunnel. However, there is like as I said, about a foot of clearance that there is air.
So who here got the fear of cave diving?
I didn't. I could swim across that.
I'm gonna use my trait, my background trait of Sailor's Passage and secure free passage.
No.
What do you mean?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
all the
before-
ships in this water, we can
Yeah.
get across.
Fine.
Before we forget about it, do we
A
want to
shadowy
get that?
figure in a long cloak with a dread oar rises from the watery depths.
What?
His name is Charon, and he goes, "You shall not pass." I'm kidding.
No.
Charon,
Oh.
come on, man.
I quickly
Help-
slip a silver piece under my tongue.
Karen
Okay,
vanishes.
Oh
Oh,
man,
thank God, I hate to taste the silver.
Spit it out.
you
Okay,
a vampire?
Maybe we should. Do we want to go back and investigate the thingy in the web?
Oh yeah, maybe.
I don't like that gravel pit.
Can I get up?
Yeah, it takes twice your movement speed, but you're out of turn order, so you can get up.
Good God.
I will go with.
I get ready to catch the item. Oh, we're in the same space now. There we
Well,
go.
why don't
I moved
why
over
don't you
there.
just have someone crawl up with a rope, and then we use rope to help our
it's
way up
on
and down,
the
so we don't have to make deck
se-
saves.
Oh, for.
Well, we
the-
don't have
I mean,
to
it doesn't-
anymore, I don't think.
Doesn't really matter out of combat.
All right.
Yeah,
It really
Uh,
only mattered. It really only mattered because there were spiders.
spiders, yeah. I'll burn it more, I guess.
All right. I'm just gonna let you
Can't
you
I
you
don't care.
you burn your way through it, and
yeah.
It's a boot.
a small heavy object falls to the ground. It
catch it.
is
I literally said I was waiting there to catch it.
I'm taller than you.
I'm.
And I'm
I
taller
can
than all
push
of you.
out of the way.
You really want to try it?
anyway. It's okay. Are we really doing this?
Yeah, roleplay.
I was there.
I wish to make a.
What's
Are
that?
you
That's
casting
literally
Ray of
just gonna-
Frost on him?
That's
Uh,
gonna slow my movement speed and somewhat hurt me.
Can I do a strength check to lift them up and pull themselves away from each other? You know.
So anyway,
This is
the
all-
object fell to the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this is all
I mean,
happening
I was
as
still
the
waiting for it.
object
Just because you
in the
shot me
air.
didn't mean I wasn't paying attention to it.
You were
still.
trying to push me away, though. It's a separate thing.
All right, what is it?
What is it? Yeah.
Okay. So it is a metal like rod, about like a hand long, with a small red gem at the end of one side.
Okay.
I press it.
What do you mean you press it? You don't even have it yet. I go. To
I'm
grab
looking at it. I quickly press it before you can grab it.
How can
'cause
you?
It's funny.
How can you press it if you're just
Good
looking
lord.
at it?
All right.
Psychic abilities?
It's
Are
called.
you Imogen?
called
It's
bending
called
over and
Mage
grabbing
Hand.
it. Oh yeah.
So
Ugh.
I have good news and I have bad news.
I
Am I
The
right?
good news is you know what this is now.
The bad news. It's almost as if someone has identify and could have identified it too.
Who said I
bad
had
news-
identified?
yeah.
The bad
you-
news
I
is
have
it's
identified.
a wand of fireballs.
Oh,
And you just cast
Ah.
Fireball
Where does
and
it
we're
go?
dead.
stone
And we're
endurance.
dead.
on yourself. It's not a it's not a real wand of fireballs from the DMG. It's a semi-homebrewed, much weaker version. And it is a point and click.
Hmm.
So the actual wand of fireballs from the DMG requires attunement and is technically a magic item. This is more like a necklace of fireballs, but only with like 3. It can't recharge, and it's a point and click. You use it.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have you roll a dexterity saving throw.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Nah.
Ooh.
And this is why we don't have -1.
This is why I got +2.
So how much am I dying?
Well,
You did say it's weaker,
It's weaker.
it is.
It's
but
still.
by how much?
I'm dead. I'm straight up dead.
Well,
We're all-
I am
Felocial
so
and
sorry.
Actually, not. we're all.
Felocial and Dara take half damage.
I
Hey
deflect
guys,
14 points of damage.
I'm pretty sure half of 26 isn't less than 7.
It's yeah, you took damage. Yeah, no, I'm
That's 13.
13. I
That's
love.
3 over my maximum hit points.
Oh, I am at 0 because it just if you had rolled 1 higher. Well, 2 higher.
Am I
So
dead?
here's
You're
what
done.
happens. Y'all wake up the next day.
Without Thorin.
No. Y'all wake up the next day, all 4 of you, on the floor of the Temple of Harmony.
Oh, I didn't die.
I know, but
Ah.
Thorin did.
You still
I
took
mean,
a lot of damage.
You still took like 13 there. Oh wait, no, you
think-
took full. You took
It would have been 14 minus 26, so 12.
Yeah.
Coward and Father Paul are like standing over you as you wake up on this wooden like structure at the front of the Temple of Harmony. And old Coward goes, "Oh, thank the song.
Oh,
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 that was close." I'm hand waving. I'm
okay.
hand waving hard. Because
God.
because here's the thing. Y'all fucked up in a very funny way. What I'm basically doing is this was a magic item that could cast Fireball 3 times. Now it can cast it twice. And also, you have to pretty much start over. I mean, the enemies you defeated are already defeated with the Spider Dungeon on our next session. I'm being extremely nice with this.
You are. I
Thank
was
In a way-
expecting to need a new character at that point.
No.
We did
But yeah,
just
basically-
I
start.
wouldn't hold it against you. I mean, that was still funny as fuck. It'd be quite the way to go out.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
no, leave
I would
that alone.
feel-
Boosh.
But you are losing a day, which
Yes.
I'm
Means
not going
something.
to I'm not going to spoil too much, but it is a punishment in its own right.
Okay.
Great.
But how many juicy,
Um,
juicy EXPs do we get?
Right, yes, because we
2.
are using
How-
experience
How much
points.
does Jaden get
So-
for killing the party?
That's true. How
Oh,
much do I
that's a lot
get?
of XP. That's
How
fucking
much
good.
do I get for killing 3 challenge rating ones?
Actually, technically, you didn't
boy.
kill me. You only killed one person, so technically, you only defeated
I
one.
downed you.
Anyway,
And-
anyway.
I
Yeah.
defeated you. Is the point? Wait, actually, it'd be 4.
So,
You defeated yourself.
So between all of the spiders you defeated and the 2 spider swarms, there is a total of 250 experience points. But
Divided.
divided by 5, because I am including Old Coward because he is helping your party.
Old coward,
and
you're staying
literally resurrected you. Literally resurrected you.
here. No, he's staying
Yeah.
here.
So
So-
No.
each of you gets 25 experience points for this first outing.
Okay, so
250
we should be
divided
at-
by 5 is 25?
That would be 50.
Hold on. Yes, I am extremely stupid. Each of you gets 50 experience points for
There.
this.
Okay, so we should
this
be at
outing.
60.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yes, so that is
Oh, I can't
the
believe
additional
this.
mechanic I am introducing. Old Coward is a level 2 fighter. He is stronger than any of you right now.
So he survived
But-
that, probably.
Yeah. But if you bring him along on your excursions, he will take 1/5 of the experience points.
But he
Mm.
will also rise in strength.
Keep
with
you
a
us.
lot
from
of help.
dying.
Good
Keep us
lord.
from dying and rise in strength with us since he's taking some of the XP.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be the end of the session for the night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
so that was the beginning of what is looking like it's going to be an explosive adventure for the Coward's Call party.
I've had
Yeah,
worse.
I mean, I knew that wand was going to go off immediately because it's basically a bomb. I basically handed you guys a bomb and was like, "Don't push it," and you were like, "I push it," and I was like, "Okay."
There's a reason why I wanted to be the one to pick it up, so I could find out what it was before we did something with it.
That's
Yeah.
no fun.
I mean, technically, it
Now
just
you
would
know.
take a short rest,
Now we
which we
know.
probably should have
No.
taken anyway.
Oh.
And all
Oh,
it
boy.
took was a day. I'm
Ah.
sure that won't have unforeseen consequences.
Mm,
Oh well.
None at all.
No, it ended
Goodbye,
abruptly.
everybody. We'll see you next time on
Bye.
Coward's Call.